Hello, here's another ski area review for you. Before I move on, I request that you subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps me out so that I can make more wonderful videos like this. Hopefully, you're enjoying these ski reviews. I'm trying to make sure that you guys get the best you can when you go skiing and you know where to go. Today, I'm reviewing Beaver Creek in Colorado. Beaver Creek in Colorado. Beaver Creek is close to Vail, but another 12 minutes from Vail. So it's about two hours away from Denver International Airport, assuming that you'd have no traffic at all. Of course, you'll have plenty of traffic, so you could add some time to that. About an hour and a half away from Aspen Airport. So if you want to go to Aspen, you can do that as well. So it's it's quite a beautiful area here, quite a beautiful area. So this is at their website. So let's go ahead and get started by looking at the trail maps. So here's the overview. It's not as large a resort as some of the other ones like Breckenridge that we've seen or Vail, but it's a pretty great place to ski, especially if you're not interested in doing like out of bounds stuff. I mean, most everything here is inbounds. When I think of Beaver Creek, I think of a resort that's very family oriented towards people who have perhaps a little bit more money. I mean, it's a ritzier place. I felt it more so than Vail. I mean, Vail is obviously very popular, but Vail also has a lot of more casual skiers or more good skiers there. People come to Beaver Creek unless they're racing. They come there for all the, not just the skiing, but for all the extras that are involved. But it's a really good place for families in my view. They do have a professional race here too. They have a downhill. So let's start by, I'm going to go over the areas that I've skied. So let's go to the main area here. So say you can take a bus or you can park. There is a low cost parking that's kind of far away. You can take a bus to get you to the main village. Here you see its elevation is 8,000. So it's pretty high up there. So that's where I went. I went to the main village here. When I went, again, it was during a spring break period, so but I didn't find it as crowded in this area when I got there. Now I get everywhere early, so I always deal with less crowds. You take the Centennial lift. I took that up here, and then I went down Red Tail because I saw this lovely area that I thought I had to ski. Larkspur, this bowl here, Larkspur Bowl. Oh my God, it's one of the most beautiful. If you have a bluebird day, it's one of the most beautiful areas you could see. And they have like nice natural rollers here. So I went and skied over here. The going down from down Red Tail. Red Tail's pretty fast, so be careful when you go down here. It's not just going to casually ski down here. There's a lot of people flying down these areas, and I don't blame them. And they want to have a little fun. So this I'd say this is a must do, the Larkspur Bowl. And you got a lot of things you can do. You can actually go from here to other parts of the mountain too. Now, if you go to the right over here, this area here, I found it more of like a Broken Arrow, what is this called? You have the Broken Arrow Lift Arrowhead Village. I found that more of a, I don't know, maybe I don't know, less intense area, more of a casual skiing area than I did. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, I was only here once, so I can't tell you 100% everything, but I skied a lot that day. I got my money's worth for sure. But I found this a very relaxed, very much easier area in my view, right? Than some of the other areas. So but I mean, you can take these really, really nice long runs to get places. So like for instance, as I mentioned, I was up here and then you can just take Sanctuary, work your way down. Or I think what I did was I went down like Primrose, then you get down here, you have a variety of runs. It'll take you Tomahawk, Cresta. It'll take you down to the bottom of the Arrow Bond Express lift. This is the only lift that I found when I was there that was crowded. Okay. But again, I tend to ski very early so I can get the most out of my days. So what other areas were great to ski at? So I enjoyed being on this side here, right? This side here more so here. So let me see the names of all areas. These areas here. So red, well, I didn't go in Red Buffalo Park. You can see here's the start of the Birds of Prey downhill. So this is a race that happens in December every year. So it's already occurred this year. But if you want to try that, it's steep as hell. So you can just follow the race course down if you're into that. Sometimes we like doing that. My son and I like doing that. We'll go play around in those race courses. Okay, now here, this is one of the most beautiful beginner areas I've ever seen. It's so ideal. It's so ideal. You have your own lift surfacing it either way. Here, if you want to go a little further, you can go down to the Cinch Express lift. Train is fantastic everywhere, and as you can see, it's all greens and white, and you'll have a good time here. So this is a higher up than what we saw at Copper, where they're beginner, as far as I can think right now. But it's equivalent in what do I saw in Copper. This is really, really beautiful. One of the nicest beginner areas you'll ever find. So if you're a beginner, just work your way up to the Cinch Express lift. So you can see this is the Centennial lift that I mentioned. You can go straight to the Cinch Express lift, work your way up here, and play around in this area and have your money's worth. That's your money's worth right there. This Rose Bowl is interesting. Okay, so if you say, hey, I want to do something a little different, you can work your way down to the Rose Bowl. There's many ways to get down here. You take C Prime, Stone Creek Meadows. These are blues. I don't think there are any greens coming down here. No. All right, so what I did then, when I was coming back, I went down this area, beautiful, again, wide area, and I saw Ripsaw. Ripsaw looked really, really cool. I mean, it looked like steepness. It was like, holy cow, I gotta do that. So I gotta do that. So let's take a look at Ripsaw for a second. Unfortunately, my camera wasn't working, so I couldn't get a video of that. Yeah, comparing steepness. I love this chart here. So Ripsaw actually does fall in one of these steeper areas. So this is a skibum.net comparing steepness of ski trails. And it gives you ski trails based on different lengths. So like this is a minimum section length of 2,000 feet. Yikes, that's long. Um, Minimum section length of 1,000 feet. And here we will find Ripsaw. Okay, so it's 26 degrees and it's pretty steep consistently across the entire trail. So yeah, that was something, I'll tell you. Uh, it was really, really, really beautiful, and you can tell you're on a steep trail. In fact, to get there, it's like actually it's even fun because you have to get off of like one of these just like cinch here, go through some woods. You see nothing for a while, and then all of a sudden there it is. You're in a steepness. That was fun. So let's see. Yeah, I love this. I love this mountain. I would go back again. I have friends who are more extreme skiers, and they're like, "Oh, this place sucks. There's no extreme skiing." Well, life isn't always about extreme skiing. For people who have anhedonia, inability to experience pleasure without pushing the limits, I think that for most of us who don't have anhedonia, we're pretty good regardless. Well, it looks like there are some chutes here, some places you can get your extreme going. All right, so let's look at prices. Prices. It's always important to look at prices. Beaver Creek is like Vail, it's expensive. So let's go to tickets and passes, winter lift tickets. And again, it's a Vail resort, so it's an Epic Pass. If you have Epic Pass, you're going to save money. You're going to save money. So if you were to go today, just one person, you're paying a lot. Again, but there's a benefit to buying in advance, right? So say if you're gonna go 23rd, save like what, $20 or so. I mean, this week, December 20, oh, are they opening for Christmas? Yes, probably not a lot of people. I wonder where 26 will be. Oh, geez, 338. That's the busiest week of the ski season for all ski resorts, 26 through New Year's. But look at those prices. Wow. I mean, think about that. Two adults, two kids. Yikes. You're over $1,000. So just keep in mind if you can, that's why you got to buy these passes, Epic or Icon. I know people hate them because they think, oh, we're helping the man out. But listen, if you want to ski, do you want to pay this much? Now, if you can't afford that, then it doesn't matter. More power to you. But for the rest of us, that's not how it works. So my recommendation, should you go to Beaver Creek, if you want to have a nice day that's relaxed and you get to cruise a lot, carve some turns, Beaver Creek's your place. Have a great day, and I'll can't wait to do the next one. All right. Bye.